be one of the hosts for this event. Ce-2, Charlotte Entrepreneurs and Espresso. Raise your hands if this is your first time attending this event. Nice. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. And this event was put on by a number of organizations, so I'm going to highlight those real quick now. It is put on by the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center, CIC, Community Investment Collaborative, CBIC, Charlottesville Business Innovation Council, and also sponsored by the Bat Institute, Watermark Design, and Codebase, like code building. Rob, which code building, Codebase, all of the above. We're very grateful for their partnership and really giving us the opportunity to be here in this beautiful space. And I'll say this at the beginning and end. Please make sure when you come next month, you enter these doors as opposed to the ones at the front. So if you enter these, they're open, you can walk right in. There's a complicated barrier, you know, if you're not a member. So just come in the back doors, okay? And tell your friends. But the way this event is set up is we have 2 speakers every month. We do this monthly. And the first one is an early stage company who basically shares about their company, and then they then ask for the audience. So you help them solve the barrier to growth, their feedback, etc. So there's definitely participation. And then our second speaker is a more seasoned entrepreneur that shares their crash and learn, not crash and burn, crash and learn stories. So lessons that they learned the hard way in their journey. So that's always very fascinating. So as we get started, I'm going to jump right in and introduce our first speaker. So Amelia Farhad, you probably saw some cookies in the back. She did not make those, however, she brought them from Bulgaria. She's from Bulgaria, and the cookies are too, and they help you remember her name. So they're actually super yummy. I just had 2 for breakfast. So go have some. But a little bit of her background, she has her master's degree in mathematics from Sofia University in Bulgaria. And for the first 2 years after as her career started, she developed software for robot control devices in the Institute of Technical Cybernetics and Robotics in Sofia. After the changes in Eastern Europe in the robotics industry in Bulgaria collapsed, she ended up starting her own textile design business. And then her family moved to the US about 23 years ago, and her husband accepted a faculty position at UVA, and so that means them right here in Charlottesville. She then completed her MBA at Georgetown and joins UVA as well, where she's currently Director of Budget, Financial Reporting and Analysis for the UVA School of Medicine. And they have a son who's first research, and she is going to share with you about an idea that she had that she's not implemented and really gave her help and getting some feedback and helping it grow. So help me welcome Amelia.
I need to turn the microphone first. It seems working. Okay. Okay. So it's so surreal to be here because I've been coming to this event for more than a year, and I thought that I would be the presenter, but here we are. So all of you being first time here, just think about it. As somebody else has preparing, I really appreciate that you're willing to give me 20+ minutes of your time today. I try to provide you with cookies, and I will make my best effort to use it wisely. What I would like to do is I want to tell you how this business idea started, where I think it should go, where I am now, and in this context I will ask my 2 questions of the audience today. So, as probably everybody in the room, I am perpetually on the back of my mind struggling for time and what I do today, and how I fit all the things, and life is short and zoning out, and regardless of whether you have pandemic or economic downturn, your time is ticking, and not only you are making decisions for your time, but you actually are making decisions how your children are spending their time for at least 15 or so years, and it's a pretty big responsibility. And there may be people that think they have time, but and that yet. Everybody is trying to fit more and more in the days, and they want to do big things in their lives and trying to find time for that. And what is that people do when they are hit by some of those realizations? Well, they Google it, they find Google answer, they find ads, they find 4 million or more answers. So again, you have to spend time to figure it out. Read books, need time, you may find answer to one question, but not all the answers. Social media, again, the balance of how much you get for the time you put, not clear. And then, you know, you talk to other people, if you know them, if you have time to connect with them. So we all that already complicated situation. When the COVID started, I actually was in a better position than many others because I started working from home. I had more time, no traveling, and I had more time to integrate and started putting together the health, the money, and the time almost on the same level as these things that we have and struggle to get in our lives, and we have to balance between them. And if you have a health problem, you call your doctor. If you have a money problem, you can find financial advisor. The time not very clear who you call and how you manage that. And as ambitious and almost crazy that may sound, I started thinking, well, I'm missing a whole industry here. We need a time management industry, time care industry, the same way we need healthcare industry and financial services. And where do you even start if you assume or you make the assumption that that's something that people are willing to pay attention, they are willing to take the same care about their time as they more or less take care of their health and their mind. And that's kind of how all that started. Now, you can guess, I am in my last third of my life, so what is that I will do with whatever is left for me if I have the same health and the same energy as I have today? And the whole idea of helping people resolve the time problem seems very good cause to devote your remaining time. So I'd like to give it a try, regardless how great that may sound. So now, moving to a little bit more practical steps, like using the analogy with the healthcare, if you think on a very high conceptual level, it's a wealth of knowledge that was accumulated through the years and through science. And then this knowledge is so complicated that we need a whole system to deliver it to the individual so they can benefit from their health. I don't think that time management is anywhere close to becoming similarly complicated industry, but it definitely can take a similar path to coming into being. And the first step being collecting the knowledge. And the knowledge resides among people that consider themselves experts, but the reality is that pretty much all of us have some tips and tricks that they have accumulated during their life. How you manage better short term on a daily basis, and how you make your decisions longer term. Do I go to school if I'm 35? Do I raise kids if I'm 50? All these things already exist and are just very spread through the whole society, or at least that's my assumption. And what I would like to do as a phase one is create a platform to collect this knowledge in a way that will be beneficial for people while it's accumulated. And then in future phases, utilize the knowledge to take more systematic and approach to develop services and applications and goods that can be distributed in a more industry type standard way. So I would like to stop again and express my sincere gratitude to the entrepreneurial community in Charlottesville. It's unbelievable how many resources actually are available, and I definitely utilize as many of them as possible that I know of. And with this very crazy idea and a couple of months of thinking, talking to other people, I ended up with a very minimal viable product that I would like to show you. And my two questions for the audience are there particular group of people that you think makes sense to target first? Is there audience that may be in a position that cares more and will be more open to participate in this type of experiment? And then the second ask is, if you are willing, you can go to the app and contribute one of your tips, or just try it and send me an email and tell me what you think. And we can do this much later or today, whenever it suits you. Okay. So I found it very difficult to connect with people who have been giving presentation before, so I want to pause with this slide in case anybody is interested to connect with me later. Here is how you can find it. Now, okay, so this is my very remote viral product. What this is supposed to do is collect tips, ideas, tricks that people are willing to share with others about their time management. You can just scroll through the content. The spirit of full disclosure, I literally put 4 entries last night because this is so fresh from the press. And if you're just a random user, you can scroll, you can search, you can find things that may be of interest to you. There are few search options that are built in, again, for purely testing purposes. The categories will evolve with time and they may not be the right groupings, but you have to start from somewhere. And if you would like to contribute your ideas, you will have to register. A very nice group of young lawyers from School of Law is writing my terms of services, which is not on the site yet, but generally I can promise that I don't intend to sell your email address, that's not worth my time, but I would like to keep your tips that you will share with the audience. So that's kind of the terms of service. And you also can, as you scroll and find things that are of interest to you now or really that make an interest in the point, you can save them for yourself. You can organize them in folders, tips to deal with your kids, tips to, make good memories with your aging parents, whatever it is that you, of your interest, you can kind of group and organize it and make it available for, whenever you need that. I intend to try this with at least 100, but no more than 500 people, just to get a sense where it's going. And again, my first question, main question at this point is to find a starting point for a relatively, a big potential target. But I cannot start with everybody, I have to focus somewhere. So that's why, again, I'm asking, do you think there is a particular group of people that I should target, and then if you are willing to share one of your tips, that will help me build some content. So that's my story for today.
And I noticed right here, the drop downs are like different categories. Yes.
Maybe I should do a little bit of that. So first we can divide between save time tips and make memories, presumably the enjoyable part of how you spend your time. So if I do make memories, it will filter and I will see all the things, ideas for, spending enjoyable and meaningful time in your time in a meaningful and enjoyable way. You also can go for a particular area, so I have several for teenagers. And again, you can scroll and see what other people are doing for their teenagers and decide whether you like it or not. The categories will evolve because people who can view the content, they actually can suggest the category. And then on the back end, these categories can thank you for expanding a little bit.
So does anyone have any ideas on markets to start with? For her first question, and if you want to jump on in the meantime and input something, that was also one of her asks. Every American.
I agree with you. I just don't know which are the one that I should start with first. And I will tell you some that you reach to me, but I don't want to influence your answer, so that will be more to look at.
Thank you. I might be biased, but I'm a student at UVA and I face this problem all the time. And I think the problem for me, there's tons of productivity apps and trying to solve this problem, right? Making time for the things that really matter and stopping me from wasting time. I just think my problem, and I feel like a lot of my friends have the same, is the idea that even though we initiate that first move to get on a productivity app start, it's really hard to continue that. So it's really not so much for me the advice of how to save time that's the problem, but more so how do I create discipline essentially to stay with that and make a positive impact on my business. Okay, thank you.
And there could be tips in there on how to discipline follow through.
I was hoping I didn't have to use this, but I was just gonna say perhaps working parents with young children. Me personally, I have 2 young kids and a busy job and all of that, so.
Thank you. I definitely hear from these people because as I started listening what happened around me, and you will see my tips are from my colleagues who have children. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, I'm not. So one thing that I read in the book once was that people don't really think about more than 2 years ahead, right? They're not going to do something today that's going to help them really in the long term. So maybe it'd be interesting if you had an app where you were able to put like your whole life in perspective instead of just being like, what do I need to do right now so that I can pay rent or so my kid can get into this school, whatever. You're able to take a whole view, and maybe you could talk to a psychologist who might be able to give you tips on like the ways that humans perceive time, because we have all sorts of biases. Because back when we were just picking fruit in forests and being hunters and gatherers, we needed a different way of understanding time than we do now. So we definitely have some biases to work through to be more productive. So that's my take.
Thank you. I actually share your observations, and we'll see how that goes, but one of my desired next step would be, can I utilize whatever initial information, data I collect to actually build more reliable, long-term planning tool?
I will say, as someone who's responsible for HR, I'm concerned about the use of time of employees during the day, so that they are focused on the right things at the right time, and then also have meaningful time off. So you have people within industry as well. As for looking for target markets, I would look for the people who read David Allen or Greg McKeon, and I would look for them as people that you could invite to create posts that would draw the right kind of people into your audience.
Okay.
Anybody else? One more?
To get started, it'd be nice to have a group of smaller. It's not broad. And I think there's a lot of apps like that should be.
Yeah, we can.
I would avoid that. It's oversaturated, it's a market. But I think if you would be able to target, and I think you'd be able to find this group in terms of your marketing effort, target people who have just recently been laid off or left a job. These are people who come from an environment where they didn't have any time, and all of a sudden they had a lot of time. And they 6 months or a year from now, they might not have that time back, right? So how they use that particular time once they're laid off, and it's a small niche, and I think you could get working through corporations, active lists of people who've just been laid off who might.
Thank you. This is really novel for me. I've never thought about that. Thank you. Well,
Just one short observation. I think I was thinking about the college students being short on time as well. So hearing comments, I would think there's a opportunity to make sure you get a kind of a broad range of ages to bring in the experience of people who have seen how many mistakes they've made and how many opportunities they've lost in their earlier lives and kind of bring them back. There's Dear Next Generation type of article that comes out every week, and they have advice coming from grandparents or older people to the next generation who's completely swamped by social media and things that suck up their time. I think that they're trying to find that priority. It goes back to what is our long-term future in life. Trying to find people who've seen what it actually looks like and can feedback on how to actually chew on these things.
thank you. Yeah. Aspect. One of my fears is that even if I'm very successful in one particular targeted area, it may become connected in people's minds, like this is up for young mothers, or this is up for students, and then you have to break the image. But it's still better than no image, so thank you all.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, well, as we wrap up, we are going to move into announcements, and how that works is we'll start with our programming organizations to just share any upcoming events. And I realize there's nobody here to see there. Is there except for me? Awesome. So in the meantime, let's have somebody from SBDC or CSC come down, and then while they're making their way down here, if you want to think about if there's any upcoming events you want to share, or if your company is hiring, we'll give you the mic to share upcoming events or if your company is hiring. All right, ladies.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Shira Goldine. I am the events coordinator with the Central Virginia Small Business Development Center. And if you don't know about the SBDCs, it is a statewide and national network of centers that work to support small businesses. So we offer one-on-one expert advising on any number of topics, as well as access to industry research and other tools and educational programs, and all of our services are free of charge. So it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of things, serve a lot of entrepreneurs, and the Central Virginia office serves the city of Charlottesville and 9 surrounding counties. So chances are wherever you are is in our territory. Some upcoming things that we've got. I would suggest taking a look at our calendar because there is no chance I'm going to remember everything coming up and list it for you right now, and that could get pretty boring. We keep ourselves nice and busy. But I do want to mention that in May, in this room, on May 18th, we are hosting the Global Launchpad, which is the first time we're doing this. It is with our state office International Business Development Program and a number of local co-hosts and sponsors. And this is for looking at international expansion for small business. So one of the things that we can help with is taking your business global and the steps and process and going global, looking into import and export and expanding your business in that direction is significantly less intimidating than a lot of people think it is. And the good news is we have advisors and experts that are certified in all sorts of things to help with international expansion. I am not one of them, so please do not ask me technical questions. I will stare blankly at you. But we have people that know a lot about this. So that's going to be on May 18th. Registration is open for that. That is one of our rare programs that does have a fee. So it is $40 for the first ticket. And then if additional people are coming from the same organization, those are $26 each because the math was against me and I couldn't make it 25. But it's going to be a really great program. The keynote speaker is Antoine Griffin, who is the head of socially responsible purchasing for Amazon. So we're really excited about that. And he's the former chief of staff for the SBA, and he also worked at the Department of Commerce. So he is a fantastic resource, and we're really excited about him coming to Charlottesville. And then there's one other thing I need to mention, and I forget what it is. Oh yeah, Ian's very smart. Piedmont Pitch is coming up. That is a program we're running right now. If anyone wants to attend the sessions, we're doing our Business Essentials training, which for anyone who's been here and heard me talk about the Founders Series, it's the same thing. We renamed it. And that is running. The programs are Wednesdays from 3 to 5 p.m. And the pitch nights, we're having a pitch competition. This is sponsored by the City of Charlottesville and Albemarle County Economic Development Offices, as well as Community Investment Collaborative. So we've got $15,000 in prize money up for grabs. And we've got a bunch of entrepreneurs that will be fighting to the death for it, or pitching their business, one of those. And that's going to be, the pitch night is on May 11th. That's a Thursday at the Wool Factory. Salvage Brewery very graciously is donating some space. So we're really excited about that one. I very much ask that everyone goes to that because I cannot be there, and I'm planning a really fun event and I'm angry I can't be there, so everyone else needs to. And then the other note is that the SBDC will be, and CIC will be hiring 2 half-time staff roles that will be working on entrepreneurship connection to our rural counties. More information about that will be coming soon, but wanted to put that on everyone's radar. If you want to work with us, we're really fun. And I'll pass it off to Hannah.
All right, well, I definitely should have gone first because my announcements are going to be super lackluster and boring after that. But looks like I don't really have any, and now I have a bunch of SBDC dates in my brain. But I am from the Community Investment Collaborative, or CIC, which is a nonprofit that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs. We do that primarily through financing, mentoring, and education. So one of our main offerings is a 16-week workshop that we hold twice per year in the spring and the fall. We just started our spring workshop a few weeks ago, but we will be opening applications for the fall on May 1st. That workshop starts on August 22nd. We have information on that on our website. And if you sign up for our newsletter, which we have a sign up back there, you'll be notified when applications open. So we also have microloans up to $50,000. We have a mentorship program, we have a financial management program, we have a co-working space, and we also work very closely with the SBDC. We are the hosts of SBDC. So that's a little bit about us. Most of the events that we have going on are being run by the SBDC, which is why I don't have much to tell you about. But we do help with the Tom Tom Festival, which probably most people have heard about. That's coming up next month. Hard to believe it's only a month away. 3rd week of April. I don't have the dates in my brain, but we are running the pitch night competition, which is the Thursday of that week. So if anyone, April 20th, perfect. That is pitch night for Tom Tom. So if anyone is interested in pitching, or if you know someone who's interested in pitching, it's a lot of fun. Highly recommended. Went there last year, been there a couple times, and it's just a good group of people. So yeah, you should check it out. We've got more information on our website. You can also go to Tom Tom Foundation's website as well. If anyone has any questions about our offerings or about pitch night or anything else you find on our website, you can email me. My email is hannah@cicville.org. I also have business cards back there, which I actually remembered today. So, oh, and the last note is if you didn't check in today, it's totally fine. If you think of it next time, that is great. It just helps us keep track of people. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. All right, and then I am on the board of CBIC, Charlottesville Business Innovation Council. And just a couple quick announcements. Our annual awards gala is June 1st. So you can mark that on your calendars, June 1st, and it's at North Fork this year, new location for us. And award nominations close this Friday at midnight. And so that's an awards gala where it is driven by us as entrepreneurs can nominate and vote on the different awards recipients. So go to cvilleinnovation.org. That's our website. I highly recommend signing up for the newsletter. A lot of these events, even the other ladies talked about on there, but you can nominate any professionals, even entrepreneurs, students, teachers, etc. And then also CVIC is hiring an enthusiastic programs and events coordinator with some business development skills. So if that's something you're interested in pursuing, or if you know someone, you can contact, I guess I could be a point of contact for that, or Tracy Green, or someone on the CVIC board, but you could certainly reach out to me and help with it a little bit. And so that's it for CVIC. And so does anyone out here in the audience, are you guys hiring, or are there any events that you want to make sure everybody knows about? Am I hiring? Yep, go ahead. Okay, I'll repeat it. Internship in marketing, you're gonna be hiring? So marketing operations and then a marketing intern. Okay.
Sorry about doing this, but I'm also for marketing, electronic sciences.
And the marketing intern need for science kits, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then I am a recruiter by profession, and you're going to hear the diversity roles that we're on with these two I'm going to talk about. So looking for a director of programs, basically for a nonprofit, for a great organization. So if you know anybody, please come see me. And also I'm looking for anywhere from 0 to 10 years of C# or .NET experience for a local tech company. This is a great company as well, so I can elaborate on that. And I'm always looking for financial advisors for as well. So, is that it? All right. Well, we'd love to have you back 3rd week of April, exact same 3rd Tuesday of April. I'll have 2 speakers and bring your friends, and we'll be here. Remember, enter the back door. We appreciate, again, code. Space. If you'd like to tour code, I can You know, Rob is willing to give a score, or somebody, Rob or Kendra, will give a score of code if you'd like to see the space. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a co-working space that you can, you know, access. And with that, you guys have a great rest of your month. We'll see you back in